Alright, so I'm kind of a nerd for lighting breakdown videos and stuff, so I thought I'd make one myself. Just a quick one about how we shot this last, with all due respect, presents Rap Battle League event. And so one thing I love to do at these rap battles especially is backlight this stuff. If you'll look at cinematic movies, not like comedies or things like that where everything's just washed with light, but more cinematic, dramatic things, you'll notice that probably 9 out of the 10 shots will be backlit. The key light, the main light source, will be on the back side, and they will shoot shadow side. It's just got a more cinematic feel. It adds shape to the face, so that's one reason. More drama, a little grittier feeling, but also you'll see along everyone's shoulder here, we have this nice what we call rim light. It's kind of outlining them, separating them from the background, making them pop out. Behind the camera, back this direction, we have a third light. Each of these is a 100 watt LED that is daylight balanced, which is 5600 Kelvin. This other light back here behind me was a 200 watt bicolor, but it was set to daylight, 5600 Kelvin, and all three are at 100%. The 200 watt behind me is bouncing off the ceiling. The two 100 watts that I'm using to backlight everything have reflector dishes on them and are just blasted straight towards the performance area. So we get a nice rim light, we get nice shape to the face, like you'll see. Yeah, check that out. And so we get that good separation, which helps when we're using this shallow depth of field. I shot this as f1.4 wide open, 35 millimeters, and that gives us a really shallow depth of field. I'll take a look at how when Yazun is sharp in focus, everything else is pretty blurry. So having that rim light, that outline, kind of make everything pop and separate from the background adds to that effect. And when people are moving around and the focus has trouble grabbing them or whatever, it still helps keep your eye on them because they got that outline. And so you can notice up here on the ceiling, we turn the house lights off. They did not match the color temperature, the daylight 5600 LEDs we were using. And it just, we can't control them, so we don't want to use that if possible. So we turn them off, but we did keep on. Above each barber chair, above each station, is a ring light, a LED daylight balanced ring light. So I kept all those on as practicals, and that gives us more fill, plus it just looks cool. And I love having lights in my shots for these kind of things, especially when I backlight these. One thing I love to get out of it, besides everything I've talked about so far, is, well, when we start talking about camera movement now, we're moving it from lighting into camera movement, but this kind of talks about both, it blends them. I'm going handheld for a reason. If I were to put this on a tripod or gimbal or stabilizer or something like that, it wouldn't have the same energy. Having a handheld shot conveys more kinetic energy and It just works for something like this where you want people, to feel that energy. So I wanted to go handheld. One thing I'm doing camera movement wise is you notice as the rappers move, I'm kind of moving around too. I'm kind of dancing, is what I call it. I'm dancing with them a little bit, but also I'm dancing with the light, those lights back there. You'll see when it comes into frame, when it's not being blocked, it kind of washes things out a little more. It has a little bit different look than when it gets blocked, and things get more contrasty. Oh, and when it's going in and out, I love that. Reminds me of like some kind of like playing basketball or something on a court at night where you just have the lights as your only light source, and I love it. So, yeah, our main light source is really these backlights that we used for rim lights and our far side key. We shot at shadow side. All that was to add drama, plus the rim lights the backlighting gives us a nice rim light to make everything pop. We kept these practicals mostly for looks, but it also added some fill light that was the same color balance, color temperature as the lights we were using, or at least close enough. Yeah, man, I'm pretty happy with it. It was a simple setup. I hadn't seen the venue before I got there, but I got there about an hour before we started, and I threw it all together, and I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to do, and it worked out nicely. So that's about it, man. I really dig these kind of videos. I hope you dig this too. Tune into the podcast. Check that out. And this video will be coming soon once it's finished editing and everything. So, I hope you guys like it. If not, then, with all due respect, fuck you. And we're out. But.